Each week or so, I'm sharing an open house recap of either my previous weekend's open house or some open house that I've done in the past to get me to where I'm at today. If you guys are looking to generate leads for free, I highly recommend open houses. They are the number one way to generate leads for free without spending a ton of money. And if you're new to real estate, then you know you've spent a ton of money already and you've probably found out like, wait, what? I have to generate my own leads? How do I even do that? And you're not ready to spend thousands of dollars on buying leads, and those leads aren't even warm or hot leads, they're cold leads, then listen in. Today's recap is kind of a fun one. If you love it, please let me know by leaving me a review. This not only helps me, but it helps get the podcast out to other agents. So dive on in. Are you tired of the same old school real estate lead generation tactics? Then you've come to the right show. Welcome to Open House, Open Mind, the podcast. I'm your host, Michelle, and this is not your average real estate podcast. I'm here to challenge the industry standards. You won't find pushy, salesy bro tactics here. There's a better way to do business without that icky feeling, so that buyers and sellers are coming to you instead of you chasing them. So if you're ready to challenge those traditional standards with me, to fill your database, to learn mindset hacks that challenge your own limiting beliefs, and to take actionable steps to improve your open house experience, then stick around. Let's get you some consistent income in the business you worked so hard to get licensed in. And let's have some fun while we're at it. Welcome back to another open house recap episode. Today's open house recap is on an open house I did yesterday. And I like to do things where I test out what I'm teaching. I don't like to just go out there and teach something that I have not tested myself. So what I did was, the weekend was coming around and I realized, oh my gosh, I don't have anything going on Sunday. Let me just see if I can book an open house. I know a lot of you struggle booking open houses, so I was like, you know what? Let's try this out. It was a Thursday, which normally, you guys know, I don't recommend booking open houses past Wednesday. I really try to encourage you to start on Monday, calling and doing all your bookings. You know, you can go till Tuesday until Wednesday, but I always think Thursday's kind of late to get it in the MLS to syndicate and to be able to market. But I was like, you know what? Let's test this. I don't have anything going on Sunday, so why not? So I went on to my MLS app, and first thing that popped up was a listing that had fallen out of escrow. And I'm like, oh, well, let's see. It had been on the market, I think, for like 60 days, but I think only because it was in escrow and it had popped up back on the market. So why not text the agent? And within 5 minutes, she called me back and she was like, sure, just send over, your business card and I will set it up in the MLS. And if you guys want to see what I text her, some of you, I put it on my stories and some of you were like, yeah, I want to see it. So I had sent it out to some of you. But if you guys want to see that text message that I sent out, shoot me a DM, shoot me a message, get a hold of me somehow, and I will send over that exact text message that I sent out. But I tested that also because I wanted to see, like, is Thursday too late? Because sometimes things happen, life happens, and then the weekend starts coming around, and then that's when you start thinking about it. I don't suggest that, right? But if that happens, I say just go for it. Now I'm going to, redo some of the things that I teach just in that aspect of, it's okay to still do it on a Thursday. Because she entered it into the MLS, and it was fine. It's syndicated just in time. I ended up marketing Friday and then all day Saturday, and it was totally fine. So it rained on Sunday and I did not think it was going to rain. It rained pretty bad. It poured. And another one of, I think, our limiting beliefs is that, oh, the weather's bad, it's gonna rain, so I just shouldn't do it. Now, it's one thing if you just don't want to do it, right? Because it's always nice to cozy up on a Sunday when it's raining, but don't hesitate to do them, no matter what the weather is, because here's what ended up happening. Here's the recap. So I had 5 families come through. Two of them had agents. 2 of them were couples that came in by themselves, but they said they had agents. And then the last visitor that came in, she said she had an agent, but she was very clear that she was not happy with her agent, and she said that right up front. So so there was only 5 people, right? And I was doing it from 12 to 3. So although it was like a steady amount of people, there was a lot of downtime. And so what I did was, instead of saying like, oh, what a flop, no one's out there, I always recommend that there's always something to do, right? Whether it's you have to work on your business, you have to write up an offer from the week. There's always something to do, so be prepared for that. What I did was I filmed content during my downtime. And it was perfect because this open house I hosted for another agent, right? It was not my listing. So when I walked in, I saw the perfect opportunity of what I teach not to do. So I just filmed some fun content around that and what not to do. There was a 6-foot folding table set up, bunch of flyers, and so it was fun. I was able to film some fun content. And also, the other thing that I got out of it was when those couples that come in without agents, there's no reason why you can't talk to them. So just talk to them like you would like if they didn't have an agent. And what I mean by that is you're just asking them questions. So I'm able to get market data from them, and I'll ask things like, how, you guys putting in a lot of offers, how is that going? And they'll tell me what's going on. So for instance, this one couple said, yeah, there's like 30 offers per house. Every time we put in an offer, the agent says there's about 30 plus offers. So that, you guys, gives you real live market data versus just listening to the things that you hear on the news. You can actually go back out there and tell people, no, this is really what's going on. So that's another reason I really love it. I really try not to get discouraged on anything. If they say they have an agent, then they have an agent. And even if they're lying, then there's a reason why they may not want to work with you. And that's okay. You don't want to force anybody to work with you that doesn't want to work with you. And let's see, another reason, like that last visitor that came in, she right away, I told her something about the house, and she was like, oh, yeah, my agent didn't know about that or something like that. And she was like, that's just another reason why I'm not happy with my agents. So people will tell you things and they'll say things, and it's very, very good. Like, I don't want to call it intel, but it's very good to figure out what you could do better, right? So another thing I did was I went live on Instagram, and that was a great opportunity. I did the pros and cons of the home, and because it was very unique. It was on a very, very busy street, extremely busy. I mean, it was so noisy, and it backed up to an alley. Now, it was in a really good neighborhood though, but those were the things. So I wanted to do a fun live Instagram. That was fun, getting the pros and cons. But what was interesting was after I finished that live, that last visitor came in, the one who said she didn't care for her agent. She was saying that she grew up on a busy street, and she was like, I actually don't mind that it's on a busy street, and I really kind of like it. So I thought that was so interesting. A lot of things that we think are like total deal breakers, or we think that are negative, total cons of the house, somebody likes it. So make sure you're not saying anything negative. Do not share your opinion at all when somebody comes in. Just ask them questions so that you can get your feedback. That I highly, highly recommend. And some of the other couples were telling me that they were visiting other open houses, and that was interesting to me too, because it was pouring. And they were like, no, the other open houses, they're telling me they had a lot of traffic coming in too. So all those things are really good to know. Another thing one of the visitors told me was that they were remodeling. She was remodeling her entire home, and it was going to take at least a year. And so she said she was looking to purchase another home, so she didn't want to rent a home for that year. She was looking to purchase another home so she could move into that while her home got ready, and then she was going to rent out that home. So these insights, you guys, they are so valuable, because think about it. A lot of times we're all listening to the news, right? I don't listen to the news anymore, but I hear about it, and I hear all the negativity out there. And I hear, because people will ask me, like, what do you think about the market? Like, how is it going? Are there even any buyers out there? Interest rates are so high. It's crazy out there, isn't it? Like, no one's buying. And that's really, really not the case. When you go out there and you start talking to people live, face to face, you get the real truth. You get to find out what's really going on out there. So this particular woman has a home. She's remodeling it, and she wants to buy another home. And we're in California. That home was not cheap. And, she wants to buy a second home, and she did not blink an eye at the interest rate. She didn't talk about the interest rate. So you never know what is going on with somebody. If all you're listening to is the news, then you'll never really know what the real truth is. So I highly recommend you guys not to just focus on, not to only focus on social media, because what a lot of people are doing right now is just marketing and prospecting on social media. And I'm not saying that's not good. I love social media. But if you guys, get out in the field, like I said, you're going to really learn, or like Brene Brown says, in the arena. I like to say in the arena. And if you don't know who Brene Brown is, you guys have to look her up. But if you're out in the arena, like in the trenches doing this stuff, you're going to really excel in this business. So what I highly suggest, and what I teach my students, is to combine your social media presence, and your marketing with live in-person activities, such as open houses. A little biased, but I truly think if you guys do that, it is going to help you become a better agent, and you will build a foundation to succeed faster in your business. So that's the open house recap I have for you guys today. I hope you loved it. Please leave me a review. It totally helps get the podcast out to other new agents coming into the business. So until next time, have a fabulous week. Book those open houses and come back with an open mind. For those of you who want to take this work deeper and master the art of hosting open houses in order to attract buyers and sellers, then you're going to want to join me inside Open House Mastery. This is a self-paced online course with a live component that will take you through every step you need, from finding open houses to host, to what to say when visitors come in, to converting leads to clients. Together, we're going to get clear on how to confidently land clients, not just leads. On top of all that, when you join Open House Mastery, you get access to my bonus follow-up system, plus my fun buyer manifesting exercise, where I teach you how to coach your buyer clients on manifesting their dream home. Also, you get to join my student-only community, where you get coaching from me once a month, where we master the non-salesy script together. So if you're ready to build a strong foundation in your real estate career and make more money this year, then join Open House Mastery. Link is in the show notes, but get in quick. You won't want to miss this month's live coaching. See you there.